Hi everyone, welcome to Front Up. I'm Michelle, and today we have Robin Roland speaking to us. Hi, welcome Robin.
Hi Michelle, thanks.
Robin is the Program Director at Nantucket Family Planning, and she's come today to talk to us about the service and some of the programs that they run, things like that. So tell us how long you've worked for Nantucket Family Planning, Robin.
Oh gosh, I should know this off the top of my head. I think it's something like 17 years actually.
Right. Have you been Program Director for that long?
No, actually I've only been Program Director for, this is my third year.
Mm-hmm.
And before I just worked, when I started, family planning was so small that I worked 5 hours every 2 weeks, which is, I was just hired for when we did clinics.
Okay.
And then over time, we sort of kept building and building. And when I was first hired, we didn't have any clinic space of our own. Dr. Lepre was kind enough to give us his office one morning, once every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then probably about 10 years ago, we had a young program director who made it happen that she built basically clinic space above the AA Drop-In Center. Our office is right next door and attached to the AA Drop-In Center.
Okay.
So now we have clinics once a week in the off season and twice a week typically in the summertime. And my position has gone from 5 hours every 2 weeks to now 30 hours as the program director.
Right.
Every week, yeah.
So during that time, you must have seen a lot of changes in population, just numbers on Nantucket.
Yeah.
And then also the demographics of the population, you know, the different cultures that we have here who come and go and who stay.
Yes.
That must have an impact on how you offer your services, how you make people aware of your services.
Make them available and give access to, absolutely. Just to say real briefly what we do, because a lot of people don't really know what we do. We basically do, provide access to quality reproductive health services. So that means we do regular gynecological annual exams, to STD screenings, HIV testing, pregnancy testing and pregnancy options counseling. We also dispense birth control methods at a greatly reduced cost to our patients. Everything we do is on a sliding fee scale. We do take some insurances. So we take the new Massachusetts state subsidized insurances like Neighborhood Network. We take Mass Health, BMC. Actually, we take Tufts as well. But nobody on the island has Tufts. Right. But since we are affiliated, we are a program of health imperatives, which used to be Healthcare of Southeastern Mass. So we're affiliated with, there's 12 other family planning sites that we get all our protocols from. And
all in Massachusetts.
All in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And we have a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner that flies in from the Cape to do our exams every week.
Okay.
So we have definitely seen this real turnover in populations, and I can remember when it used to be the Irish girls that would come down for the summer, and then some of them stayed and had families, and then it was the Jamaican population, and they're still here, and now it's a lot of El Salvadoran and Brazilian, and we've got Bulgarian and Lithuanian, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So since those are the populations we really need to reach out to, that our goal is to reach under or uninsured peoples. So those people they're either immigrants and can't get insurance, or they're just transitory and they're just here for the summer. Those are our prime.
They still need to use your services.
Yeah.
Do you use any translation?
We do. We've had to hire, there's myself that works in the office and one other counselor. So we've had to hire a bilingual or trilingual counselor. We recently had a counselor who spoke both Portuguese and Spanish, as well as English. Now I have a counselor who speaks Spanish. And then I get a translator in for Portuguese when we need the Portuguese. So we are available to people that don't speak English, as long as it's Portuguese or Spanish.
Right.
But that's really changed. I really would have a hard time hiring a counselor that didn't speak Spanish or Portuguese. It's really a big part of our business now. And the whole insurance in Massachusetts, that everybody has to have insurance, has changed who we see as well. Yeah. Can I tell you just a funny story
please.
of this just happened the other day, and this is typical of what happens, unfortunately, family planning. I got a call out of the blue from someone that it was a paid solicitor, I'm sure, that they are making a magnet for I believe it's for the athletic department at school, and it's the size of a regular piece of paper, and it's probably going to have games on it. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be listed on it, but all along the edges are advertisements, and they asked me if I wanted to place an ad, and I thought, ooh, great, I would love to place an ad on something that's going to be distributed to high school students. So they called me back. We were going over, well, where to email the copy to and whatnot, and she calls me back 5 minutes later and says, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't advertise your services. You know, it is a high school, and it wouldn't be right to advertise family planning services. And that is really what we're up against a lot. I mean, those young people really need the information.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate because we had one donor that called us up and wanted us to tell them exactly what we did, and to let them know that we did not provide abortions. A lot of people think that family planning provides abortions, and we don't. We certainly, if somebody comes to us for options counseling when they're pregnant, we certainly make that available as an option. We also tell them, we give them the names and numbers of all the local doctors that do obstetrics, and we also give them information about adoption if they want to continue a pregnancy and give a baby up for adoption. But abortion is something we discuss and provide access to information on. And so they apparently, this organization had a large donor that when they saw that this organization had given us money in the past year, they were very concerned, and they were considering not giving a large donation to the organization because they had given some money to us. And so, you know, I assured them, no, we do not do abortion. I'm really sorry these people feel that way. We're here to provide information and to help people make good reproductive health decisions for them and their situations. And, you know, they were kind of like, whew, phew, that's good. But
yeah, it's that kind of thinking which really limits...
it limits our access to funds.
Yes.
And we you know, it's family planning needs to come out of the closet. It's kind of, we've sort of been hiding in the closet for a while because we're afraid of public opinion.
Well, I think that the sexual health industry, I hate to use that word, the services, sexual health services in general worldwide are poor cousins to other kinds of medicine. And I know that for a fact because my sister works in sexual health in New Zealand.
And I think people don't realize that we're different than the doctor's offices. I think they think, oh, you can cut it because the doctor can do that. However, every dollar spent on family planning saves $4 spent at a typical doctor's office. And they've got, you know, all the statistics and reports to show that. And recently at a national family planning conference, the keynote speaker said that family planning is the most effective health initiative that we have in the country. It's the most cost effective.
I can well believe that.
And you know, we sit down and we take a lot of time with our patients. We educate them.
And also,
and it's not in and out.
Also, a family planning office is a very accepting place to go to. I mean, many women out there may not feel comfortable ringing up their doctor or the family doctor or a doctor they don't know and making an appointment for sexual health services. Whereas to go to the family planning clinic, you know that that's the place to go where mainly women are working, and I think that basically helps a lot of women. You know, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. And I think we make it very clear too that everything we do there is strictly confidential.
Right.
And we're very non-judgmental. We've seen it all, we've heard it all. You
Yeah.
can't surprise us.
Right.
And I do know that we have patients that come in for sexually transmitted infection screenings because they don't want their doctor. They're embarrassed about that. And that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
But I'm
that
glad
they have
that
to
we're
feel
there.
That way, but
Yeah.
at least you're there, because otherwise they may not have done it all.
Before
The
we
condom.
have to go, and then
you talk
you
to the
close
rest
it
of
off. Then you can, yeah, she'll pretty much go.
Okay.
And then you can
Okay.
close it out and go.
All right.
It's been a pleasure to have you. I want to use the whole ending here.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So one more question, Robin, before we have to go. Should condoms be available in our schools?
Yes, I definitely believe they should be. I think it's one thing that about family planning is that people need to know is there's actually a law in Massachusetts that says young people minors basically, have the right to family planning services, meaning birth control methods as well, without permission from their parents. And I think there are some pretty smart people that made that law, because we know that children do not want to talk to their parents about these things in many cases.
Right.
So I think birth control methods like condoms should be made available to high school students, and if they have easy access to them in school, all the better. Yeah.
All the better.
What
Okay.
ages?
There's
Yeah.
no age. There's no minimal age limit. You could be 12 years old.
Right.
I'm not saying we get 12 years old, but that would be the case.
But the fact of not making those available to 12-year-olds would not prevent them from any kind of sexual activity that they were going to get into anyway. So all you're doing is providing them with the equipment they need to be safe.
Exactly. And we're not suggesting
you're
they
not
go out and
suggesting
be
that
sexually
they-
active.
No, not necessarily. Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
all right. So, Robin, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
You're so welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I love to talk about family planning. Anytime.
Great.